Hello. So I have this 2025 calendar book that, of course, we're already on 2026, the year 2026. So I would like to do something with this because it still has like a lot of stickers that I didn't use, stuff I didn't write on certain months, and I want to just turn this into maybe a recipe book that I could keep all my recipes on. So what I'm going to start to do is, the reason that I didn't leave it as is because if you can see, the metal piece is keeping the book from closing. And there's parts of this, like the months, that I don't need. So I want to get rid of what I don't need, just keep what I want, and then just redesign it. So I'm going to start by removing this metal piece from what I don't need and go from there. Okay, so all I'm doing right now is I'm just pulling the tabs up away from its original piece, and you can see that the book will come apart. Okay, so it's complete, and as you can see, it just came off nicely. I'm gonna just flip it so that it could I can come back from behind, and then all I'm doing is just removing you see how it just came undone. Okay, so it's complete. I took off the metal piece, and I was going to get rid of this, but I changed my mind. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put something on here that just, says recipes and go over the 2025. And now all I'm going to do is just go through all of my papers and see what I want to get rid of. And then I was going to get rid of the months, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over it like with a tab and change the label to read, let's say if I have an Asian recipe or Mexican recipe, something, and just changing that. And everything else I'll just get rid of what I don't want. Okay, so the only thing I'm doing now is I got these little circular clamps. I got this at my local store, but I mean, you could probably get these like at a Office Depot or something. It has a little lock, but anyway, I'm gonna thread it through the first one. I'm gonna get more because I want to at least have one in the middle, and then of course these two at the ends, right? This is what I had laying around. And so all I'm doing is threading them through, and I'll be back. Okay, so all I did was got just a tag from a previous project and wrote recipes with just different ink. I'm gonna double side tape it here, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna thread some ribbon just to give it a different, look. Now this is old ribbon that I've had just from previous projects, so just recycling it really. And then that way I can just put it there and see how it looks. I'm not too fond of that. Probably just work with different ribbons and see. Now what I am doing though is I'm getting different ribbons so that I can put them on my little tab here. This little metal circular tab. I ended up doing 4 just so that it could be secure, because with 3 I wasn't sure. And so this is all just test. This is the first time I've ever done this. I did leave the band on there so that it can keep it closed. And then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so I cut some ribbon about 10 inches each. I originally put them all together and tied them. I didn't like the look. So what I did was, on this one, I did them separate and it looks more fuller. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go back and just retie. And all I'm doing is just doing just a knot. And if it starts coming apart, I'll do another knot. If not, then I'll have to use probably a different ribbon. But I don't think I have to. I think one is enough because it's pretty tight. And all I did was just used a variety of different colors of ribbon. Ribbon I've gotten like from Hobby Lobby or Dollar Tree, things like that. So like I said, see how this is like a full knot? Can you see that? So it's a full knot, right? And all I'm doing is taking it apart and just tying separately, each one separately, like the way I did these. So you see all the knot. So the way that this ribbon looks curly is because the way that I save my scrapped ribbons is I put them on a paper towel roll, the inside of the paper towel roll. And so what I do is I just, right now they're loose because I'm working with them, but when I'm done, all I do is I wrap it, put a little bit of tape on it, and then before you know it, I'll have like several on here. See how this was from original long ribbon and now it's short because, you know, this is all I have left. So I use that. What I mean when I say scrap ribbon is, you know, just leftovers that I've had that I don't get rid of because I have little projects like this that I can use it for. So it works for me. And then I'll just put a tape on it and then seal it there. And you also have these little ribbons that I've gotten like from Hobby Lobby before that I use as well. I'm probably going to tape some on here. And that's how I came up with this little ribbon. I really like the peppermint. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flap it over like this, put double-sided dots, and then just leave it like that and put it there. Okay, so this is what it's looking like so far. And these are the dots, the double-sided dots. I'm using large. I got this from Hobby Lobby. And so all I'm doing right now is I'm trying to, I'm getting the dot to, did it stick? No. All I'm doing is sticking it on the ribbon so that I can get the ribbon to lay on top of the, I'm flipping this ribbon over so that you see both of them when I put them on, so that it looks like that. Okay. Now I'm getting permanent tape. This is also at Hobby Lobby. It says Essential 8mm tape permanent. I'm just gonna run it through the back, and then I'm just gonna put it over the 2025, just like this, and make sure that the ends are cut. So if you see this one's cut this way, I'm gonna cut this one that way. Okay, and then for the inside, all I'm gonna do is start making tabs for where the months go, but I'm gonna do that as I go. So for right now, this will be part one of my transformation of my calendar book to a recipe book. Thank you so much for watching. God bless. Okay, in the recipe book that I originally had, it had stickers inside of it, and this was from the calendar that I didn't use. So I found this one that says notes, I'm going to go ahead and write Italian on there on both sides. And I'll show you in a minute how I'm going to do that. And then this is what I did for my Mexican label. So I wrote it, and it was just a sticker. And then on the back side, so that in case I want to read it as well. Let me move it. Okay. And that way you're able to read it. Okay, so this is the calendar book stickers that I had originally in it. I didn't use them last year, so these are the stickers that I'm using to label my recipe book. And so I wrote Italian on both sides, and you can see that one of them is upside down. I'm going to go ahead and go to the month of February. And that way when I put the label over, it'll stick. And all I did was wrote it on there. I mean, you can get fancy and, you know, make it your own. And there it is. Okay, so here's the back of it. And that way you're able to see it on both sides. Okay, so I'll go ahead and finish my recipe book with the labels with these stickers. So there's a lot of stickers in here. So I know there's only 3 more. And I know there's 12 months in the year. So I also have these stickers that I'm thinking about using too. If not, then, you know, just getting creative with different stickers and making the labels that way. But so this is almost my completed book. Then I can start writing in it and start keeping track of all my recipes. But I hope you liked it. All right, thank you for watching.